we're celebrating the Easter season for 40 days because Jesus appeared to his disciples for 40 days after he rose from the dead. The Gospels say that. When he first appeared, they did not believe it. He had to show them he was alive. Take your finger and put it into my hands, and take your hand and put it into my side, Jesus tells Thomas in John's Gospel. Look at my hands and my feet. It's I myself, Jesus says in Luke's Gospel. Touch me, see. A ghost does not have flesh and bones as you can see I have. And as he said this, he showed them his hands and his feet. And while they were still incredulous with joy and were amazed, he asked them, do you have anything here to eat? And they gave him a piece of baked fish, and he took it and ate it in front of them. So in the first weeks after his resurrection, Jesus shows his disciples he's alive. It's really him. At the same time, his disciples had to notice that his appearances were never long. He comes and goes. He's not there in that continual, steady, minute-by-minute presence that someone living on earth has. He has a new existence. He's risen. Stay with us, the two disciples going to Emmaus say, but he disappears from their sight. Do not cling to me, Jesus says to Mary Magdalene. So as the 40 days go by, Jesus begins to wean his disciples away from knowing him physically. I'm going away, he says. You'll not see me. But in a little while I'll take you to myself. I go to prepare a place for you. You'll be with me in another home, he tells them. And he promises to send the Holy Spirit to guide them to that place. But still, his disciples are anxious. You can hear that. They don't want to lose him. They cling to him. Master, we don't know where you're going. How can we know the way? Thomas says that in the Last Supper discourse, which we read these last weeks. Lord, show us the Father. That's enough for us. Philip says to him, I'll not leave you orphans. I'll come to you in a little while, Jesus says. Their time on earth is a little while, but it's not the end. Our time on earth is a little while, but it's not the end. So looking at the resurrection appearances of Jesus in the Gospels during the Easter season, we also notice they take place as they break bread with him. Jesus leaves the breaking of bread as the great sign of his abiding presence to them and to us. Peter alludes to that presence when he speaks to Cornelius, the centurion in Caesarea Maritima, where they're going to be baptized. He said, we're witnesses of all he did in the country of the Jews and in Jerusalem. They put him to death, hanging him on the tree. God raised him on the third day and granted that he be visible, not to all the people, but to us, the witnesses chosen by God in advance, who ate and drank with him after he rose from the dead. So Peter says he ate and drank with Jesus after he rose from the dead. And that's what we do when we come to the Eucharist. We hear his words. We commune with him in the breaking of the bread. We have the same fears, the same uncertainty that those disciples of his had. But he says to us, as he said to them, I will not leave you orphans. You're in me, and I am in you.